Well, funny thing about Hollow Knight is that there's a lot of funny things actually. Hollow Knight might actually have to go on a bit of a hiatus recently because some shit been dropping, aka some Minecraft events that I may or may not want to play in. So Hollow Knight may have to be slashed from the schedule tragically. Because an event just dropped from little known event host, well, little known to y'all, but kind of known to me, by Rift Events. Riftevents.com. They dropped a new event. It is called Ruinous Sands, and the play sessions are on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 2, which is great for me. So I do want to play in this event. And then also Progeny is a thing. If I get accepted. So These Winds Cry Lonely. Bro, These Winds Cry Lonely was fire. And also if I start doing those events, I want to start like uploading more stuff on YouTube, but for the time being, we are still, that's a work in progress right now. So ideally, you will still be getting content regarding other games that we've played, but hopefully, we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm not trying to give myself any expectations because right now I spent yesterday working on getting streaming set up for JBHL and BHL. So, look, we're working on it. Okay. All right. So let's talk a little bit, huh? Well, let's actually play some Red Ball and talk. There's some fun stuff I wanted to go over and discuss. My dear chatters, there's some stuff I wanted to discuss, just not drama, anything. I mean, there is drama that is happening in the broader internet that I'm sure we could talk about, but there's some other stuff. I'm just tired today, man. It was just a long day at the office because it was boring as fuck. It was boring. My job sucks. Not sucks. I don't want to say it sucks because then it would imply that I hate my job when that is not the case. It's just boring. It's a boring job. And that's fine as I search for music. Kirby music. Fuck it. Eyeball. So I'm just going to kind of sit here and kind of chill and yap and talk about some funny stuff that's going on. Let's talk about that charity event, huh? You remember that old one? The one that I've been yapping about? Oh, hell yeah. This is what I wanted. Okay, I don't have any of my Red Ball stuff set up, so if it looks ugly, please don't blame me. I'm sorry, I'm a terrible streamer, and I didn't get home in time. It wasn't my fault. I didn't get home in time. It was a long day at work. Okay, here are the vibes. Here are the vibes with the charity event. So, my current beef with it, and sorry, I shouldn't say beef. Beef implies that I am a hater of the charity. I am a lover of this charity event. I think it's a great thing. And there's a lot of people in it that I think are really interesting. And I'd like to, I think they're cool people. But right now, it feels like the organization of the event is kind of lackluster. And by lackluster, I mean it's not hot. I'm not feeling the organization of this particular event, mostly because it feels like everything is happening, but nothing has been really thought out, So for an example, they've dropped teams, or they dropped preliminary teams, and then they dropped another thing oh, we're thinking about changing teams. I'm like, oh, we're changing teams. I guess people wanted to be on different teams. What I've heard is that different people want to be on different teams with different people, which is fine. You want to be on a team with your friends or with somebody you really want to play with. It's fine, whatever. I don't have beef with that. My problem is that they've already dropped the first task, and it's a task that's going to be a little bit more in-depth of a thing. Right? It's a little bit more in depth of this takes a little bit more time to work on. And you're dropping teams and the first thing that you want us to do. And now you're saying we got to change teams? This seems like our organization is all out of whack. Or at least our timeline is. Not just that, but the actual event feels very unconsidered. Unconsidered is not the word I'm looking for, but it's like it hasn't been thought out because like there's just no information about it. It's like we want you guys to make a skit about things. Here are some themes that we want you to abide by. And you can only have one theme. And it's like, okay, that's cool, but like how is this gonna work actually? Like, where are the skits going to be performed? Are they going to be performed live? Do you want them to record us? Do you want us to record them? Should they be recorded on a stage, or can we make our own sets, or can we use like replay mod to have interesting camera angles, or how long should they be? Does everybody on the team have to be in the skit? Should it be more of like a personality showcase with a funny twist, or should it be more like serious, or should we be playing characters, or right? It feels like there's a lot of questions right now surrounding these that I am not privy to. I don't know anything. And they're not saying anything. And I could ask questions, but I'm just not. Mostly because when I looked on the proposed new teams, I was the one getting changed, or one of the people that was going to get switched around, which kind of disappointed me. Not because I'm getting switched to a bad team or anything, but because the team that I'm on has a lot of, like, what do you call it? Like comfort streamers? They're not streamers. A lot of them aren't streamers. A lot of them are just YouTubers. But a lot of them are just, like, a lot more, like, vibey people. And I think that's funny. I think I am definitely a bit of a demon. And so I think hanging out with those kind of people is like, I enjoy it. I enjoy people who contrast my personality, I think. And then I'm being switched to a team that is filled with people who I kind of already know. Like, it's the Team 8, which is full of, like, Swordmaster Cat and Thunder Underline and Dowdens. It's like, these are all people, like, I know. I like them. I wish that, you know, not that I don't want to be on a team with them. It's just that I want to be on a team with somebody people who I don't know, people who are more contrasty to who I am. And I think that makes for better content when you have kind of like, you know, opposite personalities kind of like going up against each other. I think that's fun. Maybe I'm crazy about that, but I'm also not like, I am not going to be the one who says, I want to stay on the team. If Muchi wants me off the team and she wants me on another team, I don't have beef with that. I'm not trying to say like this is like a Sheep03 has massive beef with what's happening. I'm vibing with whatever goes on. I'm just trying to be like the, you know, a good boy ultimately, but it does kind of suck a little bit. Sheep bringing politics into a cover team. It's not that. It's not that. Okay? It's not that. It's just that these are interesting people that I want to be like, damn, these seem like fun people. And also they were talking a lot about like, oh, like this skit, we could do this and this and this. And I'm like, man, if you want to do all the work for me, bro, that's, I got no beef. Yo, hey, shut the fuck up. Yo, dog, shut the hell up. So ultimately, I want to stay on this team because they seem like a bunch of people who want to do the work. And I'm like, that's good. I would like in this group project, I want to be on a group of people who are like down to do the work. Like I had a couple of ideas to like really try hard this thing, but I've decided against them mostly because I think my ideas were shit and also would be like a lot of work for like, you know, not too much gain when I could be doing other stuff. So that's right. Sheep03 won't put his maximum effort for charity. It's a fact. Sheep doesn't care about charity. Is that blocky hockey show is definitely happening? That's true. It is happening. You know, I actually haven't checked the document in a while. I don't know what's going on. Somebody, dude, it's fucking, oh my god, it's hysterical. Nobody gives a shit about that project. Not a singular person gives a shit about that project. Not a man, woman, or child is out here caring. Not even the people who are supposed to care about the project. It's so crazy to me that you're gonna like start a project and then like not work on it at all. It's like we're gonna start a project and we're gonna get voice actors and editors and writers, and then we're gonna go fucking radio silent for fucking weeks. What? What the fuck are we talking about? What do you mean? We're going radio silent. Like you guys are the fucking progenitors of this shit. This should be like your thing. You're the one who should be putting in the maximum effort. But I haven't seen you do a damn... The only person who I've seen do a damn thing is me. I'm the only busted person who's done a damn thing so far. That's crazy. I did more than the people who created the project. Can you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? Sheep03 has done more work than the people who actually made this project a thing. Is it? It's not even fathomable. I can't even fathom it. That's why it's unfathomable, because I can't fathom it. Let's check it out. Legacy episodes. Let's see. Oh, wait. Change timeline. Let's see. Wait, hold on. Let's check episode 1. Oh. Huge. Wait, somebody did make edits. Who made edits? Wait, I'm actually curious. Who made edits? Wait, this is huge. It was... Okay, I'm not going to share names, but... Let's see. Let's see if these edits are any good. Let's see if I fuck with the edits. Oh, I see. They've changed our formatting. Good, good. I like this. This is good. They've changed the formatting in a better way. I like the formatting that they've done. Okay, they've kept most of my stuff. What? Oh boy, I do not like this. Oh no. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I think this dialogue sucks. Sorry, I got beef with the dialogue. I think this... I think this, I think this... Okay, I don't like this at all. I think this sucks. Oh, man. Man, I swear to God, I thought I gave the character so much personality, man. I don't know, man. This is... Wait, bro, they got on my ass for swearing in my dialogue and somebody just said shit. Wait, dude, I typed hell. The worst swear word I typed in my dialogue was hell. And somebody just dropped a fat S, a fat shit. What are we talking about? Wait, what the hell? Dude, it's some bullshit. Bro, oh man. Okay, maybe I've got beef. Oh wait, no, here we go. Okay, they've kept some of my dialogue. Thank God. Okay, they kept some of my personality. They kept my personality. Bless. Oh, they kept my personality. There was one character that I had like a pretty strong personality for and they kept it. Thank God. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. We did it, boys. God, this just feels... Oh, man. I don't know. Dude, oh... I hate this. I hate this. Oh, I'm sorry. I have so much beef with this. I can't talk about it because then Zombie Magikarp's gonna get mad at me. I can't talk about the specifics. Man, that sucks. I wish I could yap about the specifics. I think it's... I don't want to just say it sucks because they change it from what I want, but I just think this story is so much lamer. Like the way that the story is going, it's so much more like uninteresting. It just feels like so like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the story feels so bland. It feels like everybody is like, I don't know. It's not like everybody talks the same. I think there are pretty distinct personalities with characters. It's just that I wish that there was more like inherent like kind of drama. I wish people had more beef with each other. I wish that characters were like more opposed to each other. I wish there were more like sharp interactions than what is happening right now, because it feels like a lot of the dialogue has been changed from like this kind of like from my style of dialogue, which is kind of this short, kind of snappy banterish style where like players are like, you know, they've got egos, you know, players have egos and people have beef with each other. Or not beef, but players have egos and they're competing, although they are on the same team, there's still like ego at play. And as opposed to, you know, I'll give you an example. Hold on, let me pull up the doc again. I closed it because I didn't want to have it infect my mind, but I will open it because I'm curious. So an example of this. So here's a good example of this. Here's a great example of this. Here's a fantastic example of this. So one of the dialogue slices that was changed. So there's an interaction between like the captain of the team and there's an interaction between the captain of the team and like our main character. And one of the dialogue options that I wrote for like the captain of the team, I wanted him to kind of be this snarky guy. So one of the dialogue that I wrote was like, "Man, oh man, it must be my lucky day. You're telling me I got the main character's name on my team? I must be King of Midas or something." And I wrote that. That was my line. It feels very like, I don't know, it feels very like snappy, like very like very over like confident, but in a very like, you know, kind of cool and cocky way, you know? And then one of the dialogue options that was changed for the main character dialogue was, he says, so, oh man, hold on. Let me go. Let me do like dialogue for dialogue option. Here we go. Hold on. Let me pull up the changelog. I'm pulling up the changelog, boys. That's right. I'm about to expose these frauds for being fraudulent. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing it. It's happening. Yeah, it just feels like so much more like padding and complacent. Yeah, it's like I went like my dialogue option for the response for the main character was, "Yeah, I gotcha, Captain. Hey, have you seen that goalie going crazy at tryouts today? Cole? He's on the team, right?" And they changed it to, so the progenitor to that, oh man, it's so hard to explain this. Oh man, I wish I could explain this better. It's so hard without like showing off the document and showing what I mean. But it just feels like, I'm trying to look for, oh man, wait, what? That's how they ended the episode? Wait, they just fucking ended it? Wait, that's it? That sucks. That's a shitty end to the episode. Wait, they just ended it after the conversation? What the fuck? Why would they do that? Bro, there's nothing in this episode. It's such a nothing burger of an episode. It doesn't set up shit. I'm actually so mad about that. Why the fuck would they end the episode there? That fucking blows, dude. Like, okay, either they're adding more shit because that fucking sucks. So, like, with my entire, like, concept of the episode, the idea behind, like, my full concept was that, can some drama come from this? Maybe, if Zombie Magikarp wants to have beef with me, maybe, but... I'm not trying to talk shit on any of the other writers. I just think that, I think fundamentally, like, I think that my dialogue comes around from my idea of the episode, and I like my dialogue more. I don't, man, saying that I don't like somebody else's dialogue like bad. I feel like I'm being a little bit harsh. Okay, maybe I am being a little bit mean towards like the people who are writing the other dialogue. I think the other, like, there's like, I can understand why it's being written in the way, but it just, maybe I am like doing personality bias, or like I just like my shit because I wrote it. It's my shit. Who knows? Okay, I'm not gonna like go after the dialogue super hard because I'm not like god tier dialogue, man. It just feels a lot more padded out. So my beef with the idea behind my episode structure was that I wanted to establish a couple of things. I wanted to establish like kind of who our main characters are. I wanted to establish our location, what's going on, and I wanted to establish like a main conflict. Like I wanted there to be like one conflict that's happening, one thing that's very, very, or like at least set up like a couple of like storylines that we can look into further. And in my episode, like we established a couple of storylines, okay? We established this idea of the captain of the team not liking his goalie or not being confident in his rookie goalie, that he is not, he feels like this rookie goalie that came in, man, I'm saying too much. It feels like this rookie goalie is coming in and it's not like he's not a good member of the team. He's like, he didn't deserve his spot. Like I'm the captain and this rookie goalie comes in, he doesn't deserve the spot. What inspired this? Bro, this did not fucking happen in real life. I don't know if you're trying to insinuate that this is what happened to me. This is not true. I made that shit up raw. Don't fuck with me. Right? And so that was kind of like one of the, and then the other thing, well, no, this is true and I watched it, bro. This is me. That was me being like hard on myself. Everybody on my team fucking loved me, bro. What are we fucking talking about? Okay. Nobody was like beefing with me on my team. This is not happening. No, but, and then the other main drama I wanted to set up was like between the main character, which is the skater, and then his rival, who's got a hate boner for him. That was the other main conflict. I think this needs to be set up because these are two interesting storylines that can be set up, and then like set up like some other like character traits, like, oh, the skater, like the main character skater guy is worried because he thinks that he doesn't have it anymore. Our goalie character, he lacks confidence. He's got confidence issues. Like our captain, he's too overconfident or something. And then our evil villain, the people who we have beef with, he's like, he's an asshole and we want to see his downfall. Like all of these things, like I want to like set up, and it's just not, and they fucking ripped away. Like I feel like so much of the soul out of that. I don't want to say ripped out the soul. That sounds really bad. It just feels like we're not setting up like like our characters have become much less like interesting, I think, in my estimation, because it feels like the sharp contrasts between the characters and their motivations and what they want and why they want it. It feels like that has been stripped away a little bit. It feels like everybody is more placating, everybody's more friendly, everybody's nicer, and it feels like it just takes longer to get to the fucking point of the thing. It feels like there's just way more dialogue that's just existing there, and that's my beef with it. That's my beef with their change. It felt like I tried to keep my dialogue very, very concise. It feels like they've stretched it out and added in a bunch of extra plot points that I think are just like not interesting or not like understandable to the average person. Blocky, MJ, they made changes to the Blocky Hockey Show. They actually like did some edits, and I'm like, oh my god, they actually worked on it. I wish I could go over it, like my episode versus their episode. I don't want to like, again, Zombie Magikarp told me not to leak, so I'm not trying to, somebody mess with my toes. Yeah, basically I'm complaining because somebody changed my shit, and I think it sucks. To be fair, I think like a lot of like how they want like their story for this show, I think kind of sucks. Like, I think fundamentally, I think there's like a lot, like, I don't want to say it's rotten from the core because that sounds really evil, but it just, I think a lot of their fundamental ideas of how they want this show to like continue, like the general plot points they want to hit, I think they suck. I think there's a lot of like, there's so much extra fat around the edges that is so fucking boring and meaningless and stupid and annoying that I think that they should like cut out entirely. And it feels like we are kind of here. Okay, here's what I think is happening. No offense though. Yeah, no offense though. Again, Sheepo 3, are you my problem is that I feel like what's happening is so I know like the basis of where this show come from. Basically, they're trying to tell the story of what happened to them in the season that I played Blocky Hockey. If you guys remember the season I was goalie, they're trying to tell the story of basically that season from their perspective. And I think while that is an honorable goal, that's an honorable idea, I think it is an ultimately flawed one, because your like season was not like cinema, like you think it is. I think that ultimately there's just like a lot of things that happen in real life that is just boring or uninteresting, and there's a lot of these side tangents that exist in real life that just aren't good and or aren't interesting in the context of a story or something that we are reading or watching. And I think the problem when you try to base stuff too heavily off real life is that you start to kind of, I feel like your story, your ultimate story starts to get bogged down with unnecessary, boring details. What are you going to do for filler? There doesn't need to be filler, bro. Do you know how much work it fucking takes to make a show? There doesn't, bro. They're, like, again, I think that they are still, like, out of their fucking minds if they think they can make this thing fucking 20 episodes. 20 episodes they want. 20 episodes, dude. Do you know how much fucking work it takes to film and voice and edit and do all the, like, do you even, like, conceptualize how much fucking work that you are, this is, like, bro, you haven't even written anything, bro. Like, you're out of your mind. It's just, like, I feel like you are so far out of your depth right now. That's my beef. No, it takes two guys with a crazy idea. It takes two guys with a crazy idea. Why the fuck was the first thing when you think of, man, I want to make a show about Minecraft ice skating? What's the first thing you do? What's the first thing you do when you have that idea in your mind? When you, like, you know, you and your bro are drunk together and you have a crazy idea. What's the first thing you do? That's right. We hire voice actors. What are we talking about? We can hire voice actors? Motherfucker, you haven't even written the show. Can we slow all the way down and start from, like, step 1 and then go to, like, step 23? That's why I'm saying that I think that these guys are totally out of their depth, because it's like the fact that you would even, like, think about, like, the first thing you do is hire voice actors. That's so insane to me. And, like, I haven't said this directly to Zombie Magikarp, of course. I've been a lot more diplomatic when I'm talking directly to Zombie Magikarp. And I admit that. I've been a lot more diplomatic, but still. I think next time that he comes in, like, and he, like, asks for opinion, I'm going to be a lot more honest. No, because, like, last time I talked to him, it was, like, before, like, any of this had actually happened. So I haven't talked to him, like, really since, but. Zombie Magikarp lurking. If he's lurking, that's fine. But I'm just saying, like, I have not said anything that I think is, like, super offensive, okay? I don't have any beef. Again, I don't have any beef with the people. I don't have any beef with the guy. I think the idea is good. I like the idea. There's an idea there that I think is something that is interesting and fun and cool. I just wish that it was handled better. Because right now, I feel like the handling of this project has been poor. And I will say that to their face. That's what I think is happening. I think their handling of this has been poor, and that's my beef. I think Zombie Magikarp is great. I love Zombie Magikarp. He's a good friend, and he's been a good friend. I just wish that there was a little bit more thought that was put into this entire thing before we started getting other people involved. And now I understand. Now see, I have another take about this, but it comes from, like, an Unk point. It's like a very Unk take, and I don't want to do, like, Unk takes, like I'm trying to be, like, the old person who's gonna give you youngins advice. Well, back in my day, I don't want to do that. But so I'm not going to, because I can hold my tongue at least a little bit. So yeah. There is that. I honestly kind of want to read more of the episode. I'm on stream, though. Hold on, I'm so interested. Maybe there's some shit I can compliment. I want to find some shit I can compliment. There's no way they change everything, and I hate every change. You need to be ignorant or you're never going to be happy? That's cap. I think I'd rather be unhappy and knowledgeable than ignorant and unhappy. Let's see. I'm gonna look at their I want to look at the change. Like, I want to see. What did they change? Yeah, well, like I said, I like the way they changed the formatting. The formatting is, like, way better. It looks way better. Golden Freddy showcase. Dude, what the hell is that? I saw that posted. Yes, that's a good change. They're changing, like, a lot of the X the... That's, oh my god. Okay, never mind. I actually read some of the caster dialogue that I wrote. This is like way better. The caster dialogue is so much better. Man, the caster dialogue is crazy. I can't even lie. They actually, okay, never mind. They cooked me caster dialogue, because my caster dialogue was, you can't be giving up opportunities like that, especially when you're already down on the scoreboard. Whiffing will cost you games, especially against this caliber of opponent. And then they changed it to something like, Jace Rowan, star player of the blank team, will be sent limping off the ice. His game is certainly over and his season might be as well. That is so much cleaner. Never mind. That's like so much cleaner. I appreciate that. Okay. And okay, this entire interaction just kills me. I think this entire interaction is like boring. See, why do you talk about that, Jace? Like, why do you say that? See the entire the entire episode, it starts with like this flashback of like how a character got injured. And then he says in the dialogue, yeah, I'm just thinking about stuff in the past. Like, why would you say that? Like, we know that as the audience. Like, I feel like we shouldn't be saying that. I feel like that's already abundantly clear. We don't need to like say it, you know? Feels like we're saying and showing at the same time, which is like, ugh. So that is my... So look. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I hate everything, and Sheep is an evil fucking hater, and I hate everything, and everything that's not mine fucking sucks. And I'm a big fat chud. Anything else that I missed? All right. Again, I think the problem is that if I were to like bring this up, like I think my problem is that I just have too much issues around like the plot itself. Then like the dialogue is like such a minor issue compared to what I think the overall plot is. I think the overall plot is just like not as interesting anymore. Fundamentally, that's my entire beef. I just don't think the plot is like the overarching plot is just that it's not that good, and it's not that concise, and it's not that like sharp, right? I was trying to do a lot in a short amount of time, and I feel like it's been boiled down to a little in a long amount of time. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like it. Expecting some HXH? I'm not. I'm just saying, like, I feel like, you know, I'm trying to keep things short because holy shit, dude, this is so much work. You don't know how much, like, it takes so much work to, like, produce, like, an actual show of, like, decent quality. So let's try to like let's try to condense shit together so like we can get through it a lot faster and like it's less work for everybody involved. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. What am I gonna do? That's all I'm saying, all right? Just like try to condense shit. The shit is not, it doesn't feel very condensed. We haven't done the condensing. Can you fucking shut up? I hate everything. Welcome to Burn, welcome to Burn. Shut up! I want to hear it. Don't, please. Dude, I already want to like fucking die of cringe. I hope you understand that me keeping up my past like work is made so exponentially harder by you motherfuckers. There's not a day that goes by that makes me want to take down my past work more than having to stream. I can't live my life. You fuckers suck. I hate everything. And the worst part is I unpressed pause too fast. And the worst part is I know there's going to be more cringe stuff I'm going to do in the future, and it only gets worse. As I get older, the more cringe stuff I do, it just gets worse. Because now I'm like, oh, you're older now, and it's like, I can't escape. I will never win. Sheep.exe, amazing. I love the .exe series of things. Analog horror, spooky image, scary text, dark music, analog effect. Wow. Amazing. Good job. Hey, sheep, you made something cringe and stupid, and we're gonna throw it in your face until you take it off of YouTube, and then we're gonna complain that you took it off of YouTube. I hate everything. Urgh. I'm so mad right now. Ew, I'm just a little mad boy. They ruined everything. Everybody ruins everything. And then now I'm gonna make like a fucking like. I'm scared about if I actually decide to make this AMV thing. I'm gonna like post and you guys are gonna like blow me up about it. There's been some drama recently in the anime community, or at least the anime community that I see on Twitter. People are beefing with a streamer because she cosplayed a character wrong, and people are calling her a LARPer. She's a poser. She's a fake anime fan. And I'm like, what? Why do we have beef about people who are cosplaying anime characters? Shouldn't that be like, why do we have major beef about this? This seems odd to me that we would complain about somebody cosplaying an anime character, even if you don't approve of it. There's so much Twitter drama. I don't understand it. What's the other Twitter drama that was? Oh yeah, shit. Here's an actual piece of drama. Speaking of drama in the Minecraft space, that's right, actual drama that you guys care about. If you don't know, Marlo, the #1 Minecraft player, PvPer in the world, is getting accusations. Again. It's been going on for like, I think a week or two. Somebody dropped a big video basically accusating Marlo. And the internet is doing what it does with it. And here's my take on it. I think it's probably bullshit. What happened when I tabbed out? Oh yeah, sorry, I'm talking about drama. #1 Minecraft, yeah, misogyny is happening, or I think it's happening. Basically, I think like the accusations are bullshit. All right. Like, okay, the reason I think it's bullshit is not only because Marlo released like a 2-hour video about how the entire PvP community apparently fucking hates her and they hate her life and her existence as a woman. Not only that. Even if that didn't happen, I'd still be sus. But like the video that came out, like the initial video that started all these accusations that came out, basically, it started with it started with somebody being like, what if I told you that the #1 PvPer in the world was cheating the whole time? With like the dramatic YouTuber music going over the back. And I'm like, whoa, wow. So this is how we're gonna start our giant expose of the #1 PvPer with some YouTuber ass stuff. Like, if you're actually trying to expose somebody, like, why would you try to play it up for views? Like, what are we doing? Marlo would have been murdered during 2021 Mindman Pop PvP factions. She was in a worse PvP community around the same time. MJ, did you not watch the Marlo video? She got her ass fucking doxxed, and dude, there was like a legitimate somebody called in a legitimate threat because of her to a school. Somebody some guy called in a legitimate threat that people took seriously to a school because of her. All right? Like MJ, you didn't watch the fucking video. Like, it was that serious. All right? It was that fucking serious. Don't tell me that Marlo wouldn't have survived this. Marlo wouldn't have survived that, bro. She would have survived all that shit. And she did. It was actually fucking crazy what they did to her. And she just raw dogged it all. I have so much respect for her. But she raw dogged all that shit. And she came back. And she owns everything. And she's like the best in the world. And it's like, that's crazy work. Like, my problem, like the most recent the most recent accusations that come out, they're just like, they reek of just bad faith. They just reek of bad faith. Some dude had an entire family in his text. That's crazy work. The PvP community ultimately, like, you have to remember, is filled with like toxic children. And I think this is like, unfortunately, the result of toxic children getting to exist on the internet. This is one of the downsides of letting children exist on the internet. Stuff like this happens. Where, like, you know, normal, respectful people have their fun ruined because, you know, toxic shitheads are being toxic and shits. And it's like, that's no fun. And once again, you know, the old Pokimane sentiment comes to light in my mind once more. Maybe we shouldn't have anonymity on the internet. Maybe people should have to answer for what they fucking do on this platform. Maybe they should have to answer for what they do. Maybe they should. I know that's a bad idea for a multitude of reasons. And I don't support it. But sometimes you just see like some asshole and he's just acting like an asshole. And it's like, oh man, if I could just like, God, I wish I could tell your parents about what a little shit you are. I wish I could just tell your parents. I wish your parents knew. Oh yeah, that guy? I don't know, man. I think that shit was coming, like... I mean, obviously, it's easy to say in retrospect, like, it was coming, but it's like... wasn't his entire bit, like... I'm a gooner who likes anime? It's like, it feels like, at that point, we're just one step removed from child pornography. I don't know. Maybe I just have a too low of an opinion of anime, but... Maybe I'm judging anime fans too hard, but that's what it feels like. Oh man, my level 9 was all kinds of wacky. I don't want to like... Man, it just feels like so much anime stuff just toes the line so much, and it feels so weird. But no, that's not good. Child pornography, ladies and gentlemen, Sheepo 3 approved statement right coming out right here. Child pornography is bad. CP is no good, and we shouldn't support it. And that guy's gone. It's like, it's one of those like cut and dry drama pieces where it's like, some guy did a bad thing. Oh, I wonder what he did. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, his ass is grass. I like that. I appreciate that. Instead of having this like kind of... Oh, dude. It just reminds me of like another piece of drama that I saw on the internet that reminded me of like some more like complicated drama. It was the George Not Found stuff, if you guys remember that. Apparently somebody found out that George Not Found was playing the MCSR ranked, and they were saying, get George Not Found out of here, he shouldn't be here. Yeah, disgusting person. I'm like, oh no. If I speak, I am in trouble. If I speak, I am in trouble. Because I came out during that drama as a big, I don't want to say big, but like a pretty big George Not Found supporter. I came out with a much more, in my opinion, balanced view of the drama. And, you know, there were a lot of people who didn't like that. Some people who are relatively close to me didn't like that at all. I would even argue that that was the turning point in my friendship with certain people. That one piece of drama, that one take. That dude, he absolutely did not, in any sense of the word. I promise you, he absolutely did not, in any sense of the word. They were just straight up wrong, and it's like, it fucking sucks that. It sucks that George Not Found now has to like live with this fucking black cloud over their head because people just don't understand like human interaction. It's incredibly frustrating. Like I like we can meme and joke about it all we want, but I think for me it's just like one of those things that reminds me like the internet is not a place where you go for complicated or interesting or insightful opinions on stuff. I was like, the fact that I even tweeted about that shit, it just showed me how much like I like thought about that drama, except for Sheep. Because he is the object. Well, yeah, of course I think I have the, of course I think I'm correct. If I didn't think I was correct, why the fuck would I talk? No, I think I've got the wrong opinions, guys. I think I was actually wrong on everything. No, what the hell? I think I'm right, and I think that, especially in this case, it feels like George Not Found, like, just got, like, absolutely shit on for, like, for stuff that, like, yeah, he could have been better. I'm not going to disagree with you and say, like, oh, was George Not Found completely blameless? Of course he was. He absolutely had, like, a part to play in this whole, like, bad situation happening. But the fact that he's being accused of, like, being a I can't believe I missed that, by the way. But the fact that he was being accused of being, like, a pedophile and a sexual abuser and a harasser, like, all these crazy fucking words that just did not apply to the situation. They just didn't. Just because George Not Found, like, fucked up doesn't mean that he needs to be fucking lambasted on the internet for being, like, a horrific sexual predator. Like, what? Like, we are, like, so far beyond the pale of what is, like, correct, like, how we should respond to the situation. Right? And that's my beef with this. It's like, if you're an internet figure, you just, like, don't, I don't know. Just don't fuck around with fans at all. Just don't even talk to them. It's not even worth it. Take a picture and move on. Like, don't even think about, like, because even if, like, the fan has good intentions and you have good intentions, like, one bad move and you are the person who is always going to be to blame. If you are someone who has, like, even a little bit of fame and you talk to somebody and they express to you, I am a fan of you, I like you, I've watched your work, just don't even, like, fucking think about doing anything about them, because it's, like, they ultimately will have all the power in that situation to fuck you over as much as they want. Like, this happens so much where it feels like, I don't want to do, like, the classic, like, women, like, making false accusations and fucking over, like, a man's life, but it's not a woman thing or a man thing, it's like people thing. People making false accusations, not false, but, like, misrepresenting a story, and then somebody's, like, entire, like, life gets fucked over. Now everybody, like, there's, like, a fucking dedicated sect of the internet that's like, this guy is a fucking horrible harasser. Same thing with Dream, the whole Dream situation. Like, as much as, like, Dream is not, like, the fucking swellest guy in the world, right? He got accused of doing some pretty awful shit, and there's, like, a dedicated sect of people that will forever, like, lambaste Dream as this horrible person when he didn't do shit. It was not on him. Like, time after time this happens. And it's just so fucked. And the fact that, like, I have to, like, sit down and I have to argue with somebody who is, like, gonna believe stuff like that, that to me is so fucked up. And that's why I stood so strongly on that particular drama, on that particular stance, because it felt like I was watching somebody, and I'm not trying to take, like, the fucking heroic white knight position of George Not Found, but it just felt like I was seeing, like, somebody get, like, fucked over for no reason. I was gonna, like, sit there and do nothing about it, or, like, say nothing. I lost friends over that shit, bro. That drama, that particular beef that I had was, like, I swear to God, it's the catalyst for everything else that happened with that entire friend group. I swear to fucking God. It was the entire catalyst for that shit, and I was so fucking in the right. That's what pisses me off. I was so in the right. That's why you don't say, it's part of it. It's part of it. It's part of why I don't want to get involved with, like, all these, like, contentious, like, I don't know. It's like, because then somebody's going to disagree with me, and then they're going to paint me as a fucking horrible person because holy shit, we had a disagreement. And now I'm fucking evil McGee. Evil McGee. I'm a Sheepo3, the sexual harasser supporter. He's just backing these guys up, cheering them on. He's got the pom-poms and everything. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Really? Just because I have a different take from you on a particular situation that was, like, that was gray? Just because I had a different take on a gray situation that was more complicated? Now I'm, like, Jonathan fucking hates women over here? Like, really? Really, dude? This is what fucking causes it? Because I'm Jonathan hates women now? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just, like, bitching over nothing, and it's just... Man, I feel like I'm just talking a lot of shit about people today. Not a good thing. I'm talking so much shit about people. Sheepo3 can't keep his fat mouth shut. Asshole 03. I will forever never, sorry, I will, not forever, I will never be the guy that's like, I never want to be the guy that's like, your feelings don't matter, right? I think that it's so easy for me as like the person I am to say like, everybody's so sensitive. I'm just saying things. Like, oh, I didn't mean it. It's like, I will never be the guy that's like, you're just too sensitive. I will never be that guy in my entire life. I will never play down somebody's feelings, or I hope I will never be that guy who tries to play down people's feelings and people's emotions. I never want to be that guy. But sometimes, man, it feels like things, if people just... People think I can't keep shit private for once, for whatever reason. I've kept plenty of shit private. Plenty of drama and stuff that you guys know nothing about. Plenty of that shit has been gone from the annals of history because I can keep my fat mouth shut when somebody asks, hey sheep, can you keep your fat mouth shut? Generally do a pretty good job at it. Somehow the moment, you know, oh god, Sheepo3 is just talking once again about shit that's public. Very public shit that I'm talking about. Oh boy, I don't know, man. I think I'm a nice guy. It's such a cliche of a word, but I think I'm a nice guy. I think I'm a good person. I think I'm like generally a good person. I think I am. It's hard to say because I'm like, I am me, and so of course I'm gonna think I'm a good person, but like when I look at all the other people that are like exist in this world, I think I'm a good person who tries his best to be good. And I think that for the most part, everything that I do is like, you know, or a lot of the things that I do are like, they're in good faith to try to be good. It feels like sometimes people like refuse to give me the benefit of the doubt. And that I think is incredibly frustrating when I feel like I give other people so much benefit of the doubt. I feel like I give so much benefit of the doubt to so many people. Or I personally, like, I don't take offense to a lot of things, like jokes or whatnot. Like, I feel like I'm so, like, generous with my emotions. And it feels like people just don't give me the same respect or the same thing sometimes. And I understand why, and I get it because people are different, and, like, I might be okay with certain things that other people aren't okay with. And it's frustrating. Then don't be? Well, why? Because then, like, if I'm not, then it's just like, I just kill more friendships a lot quicker. If I'm not considered, then everybody's an asshole who's trying to fuck me over. Feels like I just flipped the switch and suddenly, like, I'm back to who the old me was, and then suddenly I'm creating way more drama than there needs to be, and then I'm the person who's to blame. I don't want to be the guy who's to blame for this stuff. And I think for the most part, in most of the drama that I'm involved in, I feel like I am I am not the guy to blame for a lot of it. Now, you know, certain exceptions are obvious, but I feel like for the most part, I'm pretty good with it. And I like giving people the benefit of the doubt because I feel like, I don't know, for the, like, every single time that I've given people the benefit of the doubt, or I don't want to say every single time, but it feels like there's so many times that I've given people the benefit of the doubt and it was proven out to be a fucking great decision that I just, like, you know, it turned out that the guy was actually, like, super chill. And you know, if I judged, like, and then there have been so many times where, like, I judge people way too hard. And then it turns out that that guy's actually, like, pretty chill. And I was, like, actually just being a dickhead for no reason. So many such cases, ladies and gentlemen, where I feel I judge somebody way too hard. And then it ends up that that guy is, like, you know, something fuego wave. Right? So, who knows? Maybe there is a place in the middle, but it feels like every single time I try to find that middle spot, it feels like either, like, I get fucked either way. Either I fuck myself out of, like, either I lose potential friends, or I piss people off who I don't want to piss off, or I end up getting fucked over for no reason. So, this feels like a lot of bitching and moaning on my behalf right now. And I don't know how much I like that. I feel like I've been, I don't know. trying to think about it. I'm thinking a lot about like the way I talked about like the whole blocky hockey show. I think I was a little bit too harsh with my verbiage. I think I think all the sentiments I expressed were like, I did feel that, but I felt like I expressed them in ways that were too harsh for the situation. I feel like it's so easy to like watch back that section and look at my sentiments as like really like what's the word I'm looking for? It feels like it's so easy to look at the things I've said there and twist it to make it sound like I am like some big hater. And I have massive beef with everybody and I want to see it fall or something. When that's not true. I want to see this project succeed. I do, I really do. Because I think the idea fundamentally is cool. I just think that we're barking up the wrong tree in a lot of things. And I think that the people, like, I think a lot of people have good intentions. I think everybody in this project has good intentions. Maybe this is me giving people the benefit of the doubt again, but I think everybody who's involved with this project has good intentions. I think there's good intentions everywhere. I just think that people are just like, they're just naive. Maybe that's offensive, but I think that they are just naive about like the workings of these things. And I am like, again, this sounds like I'm Unk, but I am not naive. I've done all this shit. I've written scripts. I've produced films. I've made stuff in Minecraft, out of Minecraft. I've done all the planning, all the prep work, everything for this stuff. I know how much work it can be. And so I'm worried that they are kind of like walking into like the same fucking pitfall, like the same booby trap that I fell into. I fell into this exact same pit. The exact same pit of being like stupid. I did the exact same shit. But the difference between me and them is that when I did stupid shit, it was all on me. Because the project I was doing was about me, and I was the only person involved with it. So when I bit off more than I can chew, I was the one who had to eat the consequences. Only me. It feels like my beef is that when we are starting to like get into these larger projects and we start bringing more and more people in, you're bringing more and more people in that will eventually have to eat the consequences if something goes bad. I think that's what's happening with this project that's kind of making me a little bit more like hesitant or worried about the way this is going, because it feels like if this goes balls up, if everything goes bad, which I think it will, I don't want it to go bad, but I think it is going to go bad. It feels like we're getting a lot more people involved in the crosshairs of like getting people's hopes up, getting people excited, and then just like to crush them with like, oh, well, we bit off way more than we can chew. That's my beef. That's my beef. There you go. I feel like that's a much more concise way of explaining why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling, or maybe I talk the way that I did. Not to say anything about the script. I've got problems with the dialogue, but that's like creative differences. I disagree with the creative decisions of the way we've written the dialogue, but that's like me. I think that's fine. Again, I think I was a little bit too harsh, but I think like, again, those just boil down to like the dialogue changes that boils down to like creative differences. You think one thing sounds good, I think another thing sounds good. That's just like, yeah, we can like, that's like whatever. I have no beef with that. If they decide to keep one dialogue over the other, if my dialogue is the one being chosen, like ultimately I may like it less, but I'm not the progenitor of this project. I'm not in control here. The script, the plot changes that they've made. It's again, I'm not the, I can voice my complaints, but I cannot, end up being the changer of these things. Okay, that's all I got, I think. Did I complain about the charity event? I didn't complain. I think I was very nice about how I talked about the charity event. Or I don't want to say nice, like, because when I say I was being nice, it feels like I had way more harsh shit to say. I think I said it in a way, I think I said my feelings in a way that were very, like, it was honest while still being, like, not inflammatory. And that's good. I think that's good. I think that's the goal. Sheep, I am a man who likes to be honest. And I want to continue to be honest. But I want to be able to be honest in a way that is not, like, explosive or inflammatory. Just better use of language. Better rhetoric. Rhetoric is the word. I'm trying to use rhetoric that is not inflammatory, while still being honest, while still being truthful, and while not trying to be like, I don't know. I also don't want to like baby your feelings, because I think there's nothing worse than like feeling like somebody's trying to baby you, because like, oh, you're just too fucking fragile to handle it. That shit pisses me off the most. So when I talk about stuff that I'm involved with or stuff that I disagree with, I don't want to like turn this into like a little like Sheepo3. He's trying to be super nice so he doesn't piss you off because he knows you can't handle the deep criticism he's about to levy at you. Not trying to do that. I'm talking to myself right now. I'm talking to the wall. I'm talking to the air. I'm talking to the skin on my bones. I'm talking about myself to myself, which is nice. It feels good to verbalize the stuff to, you know, the imaginary audience that cares. But still, the fact remains. All right, that's all I got for that stuff. Slam poetry type shit. I think that's all I have. Unless somebody wants to get me off on like another side tangent about like drama and the way I handle it and stuff like that. The way I handle personal disputes. Something Minecraft events. We have to think about those, man. I got offered a place in a orphanage for the Progeny event, which is good. I talked to the owner of the orphanage, or at least, sorry, somebody connected me. Shout out to Charles, by the way. The ultimate connection, man. He connected me to the owner of the orphanage, and I said, hi, I want to be your orphan. And he said, that is sick. Let's do it. And I said, awesome. This is going to be great. And I'm glad. Shout out to Charles, by the way. Truly the fucking GOAT who does it again. And hopefully I will be able to repay. Oh, you guys don't know him. It's some person who's pretty deep in the Progeny stuff. Hopefully I can repay. No, I'm going to repay the favor that Charles sent to me. Or the many favors that Charles does for me. I can repay him in kind. Because he's making a new season of the Backrooms and he wants a trailer for it. And he's like, Sheep, I hear you can edit again. You want to make me a trailer? And I said, fucking tell me when, where, why, how, what I need to do for you. So this is not a Nepo baby, okay? This is a, you know, Sheepo3 always pays his debts. All right? Everybody knows a sheep always pays their debts. That's a Game of Thrones reference. So yeah, it's not a Nepo baby. Haha, cause I networked myself, okay? This isn't a Nepo baby thing. I networked that shit myself, boy. You're just mad. I had somebody ask me in the Discord, Sheep, are you gonna come back for Gen 4? I'm like, oh, somebody wants me back for Gen 4? Aw. I keep forgetting that like people in the Progeny Discord actually like me. I'm not like a figure of like torment and suffering. I am not like the fucking crucifix they hang up to ward away devils, you know. I'm like a pretty like, you know. Generally people kind of fucked with like for as much beef as I have with my own character, like as much as I hated the Ghost of Wave, most people liked the Ghost of Wave. People like the Ghost of Wave. Every single time I talk to somebody about the Ghost of Wave, you were like, oh my god, that character was so cool. I'm like, bro, it was not cool, I promise you. I swear that character was lame as fuck, but they're like, no, it was so sick. Like, no! Stop saying that. It was a bad character. You're gonna fucking encourage people to be like evil and fucked up in their roleplay. That's not a good thing. I think it's because of the skin, honestly. I put max effort. I think it's because I failed. If I was more successful in my assassination attempt, I think a lot more people would have a lot more negative things to say about the Ghost of Wave. It's because I failed so dramatically that people are like, you know what? It's okay now. I'm glad they killed me off. Thank God. If I was left alive, it would have only been problems for everybody involved, including me. I had some idea of where I wanted to take that character if I had succeeded in my assassination attempt, but mostly it was like, man, I really, really hope I fail because it's so much easier if I fail. That's all. Smile. I can't wait to reference my character in the third person when I play in Gen 4. I can't wait to reference my old dead characters. It'll be so exciting. The only problem with my next character is that if I do get accepted into Gen 4, the only problem is that if I get accepted with a character I want to play, I'm worried that my stream is going to be so much more boring. I'm worried that I'm just gonna be like, cause like at least with the Ghost Wave, I had like full carte blanche to kind of just like do whatever the fuck I wanted, which is nice. It was nice, but now I'm worried that I'm just gonna be like sitting around like kind of twiddling my thumbs waiting for shit to happen. I'm gonna be sitting here with like a chat of like, so sheep, when shit gonna happen? I don't know. I was saying like, dude, I saw other people streaming Generation 3. And they were getting like way more viewers than me, like basically like not interacting with chat at all, which I thought was hilarious. I'm just such a different breed. I'm so far removed from like the civilization event enjoyer. I am not that guy. I am so I'm just so not the kind of streamer for that kind of person, and it's so crazy that I feel like once again I am the self-hating drama kid that is existing inside of the drama club, and it's just such a I appeal to such a nothing audience. Like I as a self-hating drama kid appeal to all the other self-hating drama kids, and there's so little of those. Oh, thank you for the ban, MJ. I appreciate that, actually. That's what it feels like. If I was just more... If I just, like, vibed harder. If I was more chill. If I didn't yap my fucking head... If I didn't yap my little head off, I think I'd be so much more poppin'. But... Oh, dude. Don't play for the vibes. I'm too... dude, I'm so not innocent. I saw a clip because like sometimes when I'm on Twitter, I see like people talking about Saporata like they're fans of him, which I think is really funny because like I knew this guy before he was like shit. No offense, but I knew Saporata before he was anything. And now people are like big fans of Saporata, which I think is really like I think it's cool to see like a friend pop off like that, but it's also really funny. Apparently, they were talking in chat about the Omegaverse, and Saporata was like, "What's the Omegaverse?" And I'm just sitting there like, "Oh, dude, he is so like I am so like opposite of that. He's so innocent. He plays the innocent character, the fall man. Like, oh, I don't know what that is. What's that?" And everybody's like, "Don't tell him, don't tell him." And me, if somebody brought up the Omegaverse in chat, bro, it's like, let's talk, bro. Let's have a fucking discussion. I know exactly what that shit is. You think I'm stupid? I'm just not. I am just, oh man. I'm too honest. I'm such a different person, man. I don't know how to describe it. I don't want to, I feel like I'm glazing myself even a little bit here, but fuck is the Omegaverse? It's the concept, it's generally found in sexualized AO3 fan fictions. Basically, the idea is that characters are alpha, I think it's like alpha, omega, and beta, and alphas are alphas are doms and omegas are subs, and that's the entire gimmick. All right, and it's like it's a biologically coded fact that you are a dom or you are a sub. And it's a very convenient way to say I like power dynamics in my sex, without saying like, you know, I want to go through like the complex emotional dynamic of like explaining why somebody likes to be a dom or somebody likes to be a sub. Instead, what if we just coded it biologically, you know? Suddenly it's so much easier to write a brat sub character where it's like I want to like I'm it's so much easier to write the Omega that's fighting with his own nature. I don't want to be dumb and I'm such an individual Omega, but he gets brought to heel by the cool and calm, dominating yet understanding Alpha. What's the freakiest thing you can think of? I think that's like hard. Because the most freaky thing is like there's not like one like freaky level, right? Everybody has like different like if I were to talk about the freakiest thing I could think of, that would be specifically tailored to my desires, right? To what I want. Be so specifically tailored. That's my freakiest thing. And I feel like we start that starts going down the path of me, exploring all of my kinks on stream, which is something I have done a very good job of staying the fuck away from. We do not need to explore Sheep03's inner dialogue. We're just saying, no, no, I don't want to talk about like what I'm into. That's weird. I'm good to talk about things in general. Things is like a general concept or a general idea. But my particular like opinion on it or how I think of it, like Jesus Christ. We know you like inflation furry futa. Why is that like the default? Why is that the default to like attack somebody's freaky levels? Of all the things to do to attack somebody's freaky levels, why does it have to be inflation? I guess it's like those are like the most like societally like, what's the word? Like I don't want to say taboo, but maybe taboo is the right word. Those are a lot more taboo than other things that people are into. So people are just gonna like jump to the most taboo. If you're into some weird shit, just say that. Am I into some weird shit? Again, I can't like, I don't know how to categorize like what I'm into as like weird or not. I don't know where it stands. It's the gateway to zoophilia. I think that you are rationalizing something that doesn't need to be rationalized, MJ. Why do you need to rationalize if you're not into furry shit? Just say I'm not into it. Why does it have to be like this, like, well, I'm actually doing it because I'm such a fucking grand moral person? What? Now, because it feels like, MJ, it feels like what you're saying is like, I would be into, like, I would totally be into furry shit, but because I have this moral objection to it, I just couldn't possibly be into it. That's what it feels like you're doing, and I know you're not doing it, but that's what it feels like the implication of your sentence is saying. I would like it, just so you're not into it. Nobody's gonna judge you. It's just weird, dude. I think that whether or not you think it's weird doesn't mean like better or worse, right? While I think like I feel like I feel like it's a very slippery slope fallacy, where it feels like just you like humanoid animals, well you must want to fuck your dog, because that's where it leads. It like I feel like there's a very distinct difference between those two things, and I feel like we can draw a distinction between people who are into humanoid animals and people who are into fucking their dogs, and we could say that those two things are very different levels of bad, right? Difference between a big boob human versus a furry big boob humanoid? I don't know. What's the difference between feet and like why are people into feet? They're just feet. I don't know. Dude, it's like it's such a like why do we like the things we like, bro? Everybody has like you could probably like make a kink for anything, bro. People are into the weirdest shit, and it's like whatever, dude. Just because you're into something doesn't mean like it's inherently bad. You have to look at each separate like individual experience and say like, okay, this is like we draw lines on these things for these reasons. Why they're into it? Why? Explain it then. Explain why people are into feet, MJ. Do it. Be the arbiter. Be the explainer here, because I don't get it. I said furry porn? Wait, why is it obvious why they're into furry porn? I don't find that obvious at all. Wait, why is it obvious why they're into furry porn? What, because they're into animals? Like, what? I don't think that, like, what? Because they want to fuck dogs? I don't think so. I think they want to fuck humanoid dogs, not dogs. I think you can be a furry and legally be allowed to own a cat. You know? Again, I don't want to, like, I'm not trying to run fucking defense for furries here, but it feels like they're being slandered a lot right now for, I don't think, a good reason. There's plenty of reason to slander furries. Just feels like right now we are barking up the wrong tree. Into that shit, there's something wrong with you? Again, I think that's fucking bad. I think that's a bad train of thought, MJ. I think that is bad. I don't agree. I think you can be into shit for whatever reason. There are just lines that we can draw between, like, actual bad stuff. I think wanting to fuck a humanoid dog is fine. I think wanting to fuck a dog is bad. And I think that there's a chasm between these two things. And definitely, like, again, the chasm is, you know, blurry. It's a very blurry chasm. Where do we cross the line? The line is always blurry on these things, but when we're looking at extremes, we can, you know, judge extremes, you know? Towards the dog humanoid, unless it's got, like, the fact it's got a dog face. I don't, again, why are you trying to rationalize? I think you're trying to rationalize shit that is, like, not inherently rational. You're trying, it's like you're trying to reason through, like, emotions, and it feels like sometimes that will get you into really bad traps where you try to justify what is, like, kind of, like, random sometimes, or like not, I don't want to say not justifiable, but just like, it's just like sometimes emotions are not, like, they don't conform to the laws of rationality. People don't always act in their own self-interest. People don't always do, like, the things that we think they should do, right? It feels like we are, again, it feels like maybe I'm giving too much credence to people's emotions, but I think that sometimes like trying your best to rationalize emotions, or at least other people's emotions, is going to be, like, not... I think rationalizing your own emotions is a good practice and a good exercise, and you should do that, but trying to rationalize other people's emotions to a certain extent is, like, kind of a fool's errand. Look at that run, by the way. More moral? I don't think one is more moral than the other. Just because I don't think, like, this has, like, I think levels of morality, I don't know, I don't like the idea of, like, there being levels of morality. That kind of feels like an awkward thing. I'll explain once I'm done with this run. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm kind of hitting, like, I'm kind of on pace right now, so I should probably focus on level 9. Oh shit, please, 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 please. Ooh. Give me first try, God, please. Fucker. No, it's cooked. Dude, I missed the frame perfect so much. That sucks. Yeah, that is super off pace, unfortunately. Ah, fuck, dude. Nope, and I missed level 11 too. All right, whatever. Life goes on, boys. Let's see if we can actually hit level 12, because I feel like I've never actually hit level 12 on a run. Can sheep actually hit level 12 for a change? Scientists still debate. Raging debates are being had is if sheep got it like that. No, what? Did I miss? Hold on. Dude, I just can't fucking do level 12. Ah! I'm crashing out. Fuck it. I'm not even gonna finish. It's not even worth. I'm so mad. Okay, here's what okay, back to the conversation at hand. I was talking about levels of morality. I think that when you start talking about levels of morality, I think it gets kind of weird. Because you might be a millionaire. Why now? That was the idea, actually. Blue Leaf, you're gonna make me a millionaire. Keep watching those ads, boy. Sorry. Okay. I think, okay, how do I, like, explain this? Like, levels of morality. Where let's say, like, we, theoretically, let's use colors. Let's say, like, blue, red, and green. Let's say blue is level 1 morality. It's the most moral thing. And then, you know, red is level 2 morality. It's the second most moral thing. And then level 3 is, like, green is the least moral thing. But it's still moral, right? I think the problem when you start to establish things as more moral than other things is that it gets complicated when you're trying to say you ought not do something. Because that's the entire point of morality. It's saying, like, what you should do and what you shouldn't do. What is good, what is bad. And when you start to apply, like, these very, like, strict measurements of, like, what is good, what is bad, well, it starts to, like how can I, like, compel, how can I have a reasonable way to compel someone to be more moral? They're already moral. They're already a moral person. You're already a good person. I should compel you, like, you should be more better. That feels weird to me. I don't like that idea. I think it's like, I think for me, as long as you are a moral person, that is enough. You are doing enough. I think that being a better person, or at least doing things that are also doing more moral things, is always a good thing. I just don't like the idea that you should be compelled to be a more moral person. It feels uncomfortable to me for reasons that I can't quite articulate in a way that makes me happy. So maybe I should rethink this entire thing. I don't know. And like, I'm saying this initially, MJ, because the idea of saying that, like, because, like, okay, here's my problem. Here's my thought process. When you ask the question of, like, what's more moral, like futa or furry shit? What's more moral? My mind immediately says, like, my brain or my feelings, my emotions, they say, futa is obviously more moral than furry shit. But my brain is suddenly saying, like, okay, well, is that just because you're more into futa shit than you are to furry shit? Or is it because, like, there's an actual reason, there's an actual, like, legitimate reason why, you know, futa is more moral than furry shit? Because, like, as much as you can argue that, you know, being into furry shit leads to, you know, zoophilia, you could say that futa is ultimately, like, the degradation of, like, women and women's empowerment by changing their body parts to be more manly, so then they can be more dominant because they have the body parts of a man. We're assigning gendered power roles to different body parts, that if a woman looks more like a man, they have more power, they are more dominant, like, all these stuff, right? I don't think that's a reach at all. I think it's absolutely not a fucking reach. Right? I'm just saying, I think that, wow, like, that's not a fucking reach. That's cap. I think that bad things can come from, like, anything. Like, I think slippery slope can happen anywhere. And I think that using the slippery slope as an argument to why something shouldn't be allowed is not a good reason. Like, the slippery slope fallacy is a fallacy for a reason. All right? Just because one thing, you know, might lead to something else doesn't mean that initial thing was bad in the first place. Way more reach. So what? I agree. Look, I don't think it's a reach, but I think definitely one is definitely a lot easier to get through than the other. I agree with you on that case, MJ. That one, I think zoophilia from furry shit is a lot easier of a line to draw than you know, futa to, you know, to misogyny. I definitely agree with you, but the fact still remains that I think that we are, like, both things are still using, like, the wrong fallacy to try to prove why the initial thing is bad. Okay? Just because you want somebody who's got cat ears doesn't mean that you want to fuck cats. And it doesn't mean that those, like, just because you like something that has cat ears on it doesn't mean that that thing is inherently bad, or liking that is inherently immoral or less moral, right? I think that's my problem. Fine, a humanoid cat, we'll say it. You want to fuck a humanoid cat? I think, like, again, there are levels of humanoidness. Like, how humanoid is this cat? Is it walking around on? Is it walking around on two legs? Is it walking around on four? Like, again, there's a blurry line. There's a blurry line, MJ. And I think that right now you are letting your, like, what you like and what you're into, I think you're letting your emotions dictate where the line should be drawn morally, when I think that morally we should not, like, if we're trying to construct a system of morality, we should not be using, like, what we like as, you know, ways to draw, like we should try to, like, use reason and logic and you know, factual, like, you know, consistency. Like, your moral system needs to be consistent, or else what is the point of it? If your moral system is inconsistent, then it is a useless system that does nothing. You cannot have inconsistency inside your moral system. When you start letting your emotions dictate whether something is moral or not, whether something is good or bad, that starts to lead to a lot of contradictions, and contradictions mean that you are inherently just not a moral person. It's ironic, isn't it? The fact that morality comes from something that is inherently not logical, yet it needs to be logical to be useful. It's one of the many funny contradictions in I guess, humanity, and the fact that we've been blessed with these brains that can even have this conversation in the first place. Thank you for bringing this up, MJ. This was a really interesting conversation. I appreciate this. I think this is a good topic. I think this is very interesting. You've made me think more than I think I was planning to. Is there even any ethical porn? Of course I think there's ethical porn. What's the argument for all porn being unethical, I guess? I don't know. I'm trying to think of, like, an argument that would mean, like, porn is unethical. I feel like those arguments come inherently from some, like, idea that jerking off is, like, a sin or something. I think incest porn is weird. Why do I think incest porn is popular? Because I think some people just have hot sisters. They want to fuck them. Hot sisters, aka / brothers. And I think it's a lot. I think the reason... Okay. That's a very simplistic explanation. I will give you a greater in detail explanation, because I think there is actually, like, a reason. I'm thinking about it now, and I'm, like, coming to, like, an idea. Okay, I just lost the run. Okay. I think the reason why incest porn is popular is because it takes away a lot of the hard part of sex, or at least, like, getting sex, which is actually getting to know somebody, right? It's actually meeting somebody and getting to know them and learning about them. And then eventually, and then, like, well, with incest shit, it, like, that entire process is expedited, right? You can just get straight to the sexual tension part of the thing, right? That's why I think that incest porn is popular. Just smashing that. Yeah, exactly. It's just, the entire process gets expedited. And then, of course, there's there's also a factor of, like, some people just have hot sisters that they want to fuck and they're just sexually repressed, or they're just horny teenagers. It's like, yeah, it's like, that's how it goes, man. People get horny, man. It's like, whatever. I'm sure there's shit that you've done that you feel ashamed about. That's not a, you know, it doesn't make you a bad person. It's, you know, the fact that you can reminisce that you feel shame about that particular thing, I think that makes you a better person. The fact that you know that you've done something and you know it's bad, and you can learn and, like, not do that shit again. That's good. It's a good thing. You're learning. I'm not, like, this is not going to turn into, like, a let's all share our worst moments type thing, okay? I'm not trying to turn this into a thing. I'm not saying fucking start sharing, boys, alright? We don't need to hear that. This is not the time, not the place. But still. Man. I'm having this meta thought right now where I'm just imagining somebody else, like somebody from like this charity event coming into my stream and just listening to this. Just like somebody's just been lurking like on one of my on my team. Somebody's just been lurking in this stream, just like listening to this. Would they think that I'm like super fucking weird and they wouldn't like me, or would they think like, oh, this guy has like, this guy can critically, this guy like, is this like interesting? It's so, I don't know. I'm trying to mate and pot. I'm just like it, because like I am talking about horny shit, but I'm talking about it in like a, I'm not talking about it in just like a gooner way. I'm talking about it in a more like thoughtful way. Does talking about gooning in a thoughtful way make it less weird? Or less like, you know, if somebody were to like, if this was the first impression of me, if this was somebody's first impression of me, would it be a good first impression or a bad first impression, I guess? I think it would be bad. But I also, I guess it just depends on the kind of person, right? They would respect you. I think that it would garner me a little bit. Like, it wouldn't, like, if I was just straight, like, of course we have, like, the, just straight, like, you know, we're going crazy on this whole conversations, but I think this one is a lot more, like, this one was a lot more complicated and a lot more in-depth. I would hope that if somebody were watching me for the first time, they would have a little bit more respect for me. You know, maybe I'm not into having these conversations, but they would see, I think they would give me a lot more faith. And that's all I want at the end of the day. I think I want people to give me a little bit more good faith. They would hold me like, hey, you know, maybe this guy isn't inherently trying to fuck me over or be an asshole. Maybe this guy isn't just like inherently weird and all he does on his stream is talk about weird gross shit. Maybe it's that he actually does, you know, have like, you know, he's complicated and he you know, so like, I don't know. I'm talking right now and I'm not saying anything of meaning. All right, I'm done. Enough of this. Enough of this. Enough. I think we should just totally do a reset. Total non sequitur to something else. Hold on. I'm looking at the Discord right now. Somebody said they wanted to like set up like an Among Us game between our team. And I would agree, except I still don't know what my team is. I still need to make this damn application for this other event I want to play in. Damn. Oh, what am I going to do for that application? I don't know. I was thinking about doing like, oh, I could like do like a trial run. I could try to be like a news station. But I think that waiting for what? Okay. I'm not saying anything about what I just saw. I'm not doing nothing. All right, I'm back. Hollow Knight happened on Thursday? No, I don't want to do Hollow Knight on Thursday. How you be stressing out? It's just like, if I'm not stressing out, it's something that I have to do. It's just like another like thing. It's just like another like thing on the like the chore list of like Sheep's got to apply for this event if he wants to play with it. It'd be so much easier if I just got in. If I didn't have to make a whole application. Because the thing with this particular like event is that like this is like an event I've never played in before, so I can't rely on rely on much or like as much. I don't want to say I often rely on this, but I can't rely on the Sheep03 is a name that people recognize card, you know? I can't use that shit to fucking, you know, gas me the fuck up, right? I can't use the I don't want to say aura. I can't use the recognition that I have earned. Not Nepo. The recognition that I have earned through grinding and playing in a lot of events and being a generally cool guy. I've earned that shit. It was not Nepo. But that's not Nepo. If I earned it, if it's wait, how's that Nepo? I earned it. I earned all this, like, all the special favors that I get, all the special, like, the fact that I got to play in the fucking 500 players walls event, I didn't have to make a real application, I got in that shit for free. That was because I was friends, because I made friends with A. Wobbuffet because I was a cool guy, and he was a cool guy, and we vibed because we were both cool. Fuck you. I earned everything. Just because I get something from somebody else doesn't mean I'm inherently, oh my god, you guys are actually gonna, like, feed into my, like... I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell my therapist about all of you. I hope you know that. This is one of the things that is like arguably the most damaging thing about my personality or who I am. Is that I'm fiercely individual. I want to do everything by myself. I want nobody's help. I don't like help. I absolutely could afford a therapist. Don't test me. He's an AI therapist type shit. But like I was saying, you know, arguably one of the bad things about me is that I'm not good at accepting help. I don't like, you know, accepting help from other people. And the one time that like I accept help from other people, people offer me help and I say yes. You guys are dissing me for it. You guys are gonna you guys are gonna make me spiral. No, it's not spiral. Sorry, this is like we're talking about this like a serious mental health issue. Like this is like some fucking potatoes. This is some nothing burger compared to actual mental health issues. This is like I want to be slightly better person. This is not marriage counseling. I should talk to Dr. K. What's his name? The fucking Twitch therapist guy. That's what we should do. That would be an interesting conversation. I would have to think a lot about that conversation. How would I even go about presenting what I'm feeling? What would I even talk to Dr. K about? What would I even talk to a therapist about? If I had a room with a therapist for like an hour, I said, hey, me and this therapist, we sit down, he said, I'm going to listen to you. Like, what would I even tell him about? There's so much shit I could tell him about, but it feels like I have all that like figured out. You know? Feels like I already know all my problems. You know? I don't know. Feels like there's nothing to discover. I don't. Sorry. I feel like I feel like such an asshole. It's good to get it out. Well, yeah, that's true, but still, it's like I know, like I am too. Like I understand that I have trouble accepting help. I understand that a lot of that stems from the idea that I have a lot of privilege in life, and because of the inherent privilege that I've received, it means that I'm kind of obsessed with proving that I could have done it without everything I was given. Like I could have gotten everything that I have without, you know, the inherent advantages, like the head start I got in life, like all that shit. I know all of that. Doesn't seem like I don't know, like saying it to like somebody who like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like a very productive use of my time or their time. There, that's my thing. That's like I think that's like my number one, like, I don't want to say number one, because maybe there's more bad shit about me that I just don't, I don't even see sometimes. But just the idea that the amount of privilege that I have kind of like haunts me. It's funny to say that. I have so much privilege, it's a bad thing. Oh god, I just have too much privilege. Oh, it's hurting me inside so deeply, gosh. And there's me downplaying my feelings. Look at that. I even saw that, right? Look at that. I'm my own therapist. That's right, get fucked. We're talking about me now. This is my fault, my problems. We want to do the sheep talk, and you're gonna have to hear everything. Who could I talk to this about? Who, like, what real life person would? I guess I'd have to be in like a pretty committed relationship with somebody to fucking like they let this shit get out. And yet I'm saying it for free on the internet. What am I? Would you downplay your feelings? I wouldn't be a therapist. I don't think I'm good enough at talking to people to be a therapist. Do therapists get therapists? I think so, yeah. I think if you're a therapist that has to deal with like pretty fucked up people, because therapists are pretty, like, they're probably pretty emotional people that are pretty like emotionally like locked in with like they are pretty like, I'm sure like therapists have like I know they're not supposed to get attached to clans or whatever, but I'm sure like they have like, you know, they probably have pretty complex emotions, right? Like they have to keep an open mind about like some serial killer comes in like, yeah, I murdered like 27 people and that shit was super dank and I loved it. And like, it's like, I'm supposed to be like a neutral observer here, right? I'm trying to be, I have to be a neutral observer to the, you know, to the fucking mass murderer, right? It's like, that's a, like that's a hard thing to do. To be an actually neutral party to that, like that's crazy work. That really is crazy work. Same thing with like nurses and stuff. It's like how do you expect nurses to be like 100% like perfect and compassionate when they have to deal with like the worst of the worst? How do you expect 911 operators to be like perfect and understanding and compassionate when they have to deal with like the most shitty people all the time? Their job is to deal with the shittiest people. So when somebody like me comes in who's just like a little bit like, you know, who's just like a chill, nice dude, it's like I am, you know, like they're already primed to treat me like an enemy. Navy SEALs wish they had the mental fortitude of those teachers that deal with special ed kids. Type shit. It's real. It's real. It's simply real. We are just not like like I talk about how hard my job was back at the news station, but compared to some people who actually have to deal with some real shit, it's just there's nothing. I'm nothing. I had to wake up early every morning. I had to bike to work. Oh, it was so horrible. You know, certainly like comparison is the thief of joy, and that is true, but still, you know. Sometimes you have to stop yourself from bitching and moaning too much. Job's already done, princess. Type shit. Now I got a real cushy job, brother. I got a real cush. I'm just sitting there on my office chair in my looking at my 3 monitor setup that cost me like $8,000. Not $8,000. Just for the setup itself, not for any of the accessories that I bought. Probably closer to like 5, 6K. Well, no, probably not even that. Probably closer to like 7. Man, maybe it was 8K for the electronics. Probably, actually. Now that I think about it. Never mind. 6 or 7, yeah. Around 6 or 7. What's the coldest it gets in Big Sack? Oh man, it depends. The most I've ever had to wear is 3 layer. No, 1, 2. I had to wear 4 layers. That's the most I ever had to wear when I was biking to work. I would wear a. So what I would do when I bike to work is that I'm a notorious sweater. I sweat a lot. So I would wear a shirt underneath I would wear an undershirt that was like a sweat catcher. Then I would wear my work shirt, and then I would wear a jacket. And then sometimes if it was really cold, I would wear a jacket on top of my jacket. That's how it would go. So I used to have 2 shirts that I would just like, I used to be the grossest fucking man. I used to be way grosser than I was just because oh man. I'm so happy. If I ever get a job that requires me to bike, I will buy a car. I will get my ass a car. I'm not doing that again. Never again. I cannot do that again. Oh my god. Not in fucking Sacramento. It's like I have a trauma response whenever I see rain. Like my mind, like every time I see rain, it's like I'm a fucking, it's like I'm a Vietnam warrior going through flashbacks. I'm just imagining myself in the fucking rain, just freezing my balls off, getting pelted. I'm wet, I'm raining, and it all sucks. Big Sack, is it that bad? Not really. It's just that I like experience like the worst of the worst. So I'm like a bad like arbiter of like the average, because I saw with my own eyes how bad it could be. Not how good it could be, only how bad. I only saw the worst of Big Sack. It definitely gets a little bit more extreme. Summers can be pretty damn hot. I mean, not last summer was pretty hot, but the summer before last summer, the summer that I moved in, that was really bad. I've been seeing Minnesota people saying they're going to be guerrilla warriors. Yeah, man, the whole... we haven't really talked about the whole ice thing, have we? Yeah, that shit was crazy. Like... my thing with the whole like fuck ice is that like when they killed the first woman, like that was not good, but at least I could like, okay, if we're trying to give ice the benefit of the doubt, I can understand why the dude fucking shot her. Again, this is me being very, 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 very generous towards ice. All right, I look at this. I watched the video of this guy getting shot. There is zero amount of generosity that can cover up what the fuck just happened. They just fucking... They wrestled him to the ground and murdered somebody in cold blood. That shit was tyrannical as fuck. I think that the way that ICE has been acting... I don't want to, like, I have such a hard time because, like, I feel like my answer is, like, justifying violence or saying violence is a good thing. But it's like, at what point does it get to the point where it's like, if you fight back against ICE, if you violently fight back against ICE, is that a good thing? Because, like, they're, like, doing horrible shit. Like, if ICE was, like, doing their job, I would not have problems with it. But they're yanking people who they don't even know. Like, they don't have evidence or proof that they are illegal immigrants. They don't have, like, they're just tanking people. They're fucking abducting people for no reason. They're you know, take action first, ask questions later. No. Why are we letting like, they have masks on. Why the fuck do they have masks on? They're law enforcement. Why are they hiding their identities? They are law enforcement. And, like, the thing is, like, the entire idea behind ICE is, like, again, it's not an entirely unpopular idea. Like, we should get rid of illegal immigrants. People who do not have the legal right to be in this country should not be in this country. I feel like that sentence by itself, devoid of context, is not a disagreeable sentence. People who do not have the right to be in this country should not be in this country. But when you start to add all the fucking context of what's actually happening and how this is actually going down, then it's like, oh, holy shit. Maybe this is just like crazy government overreach and we should like actually start to use, you know, what the Second Amendment was designed for. To stop a tyrannical government from taking over the fucking populace. I mean, that's what it was fucking written for. Why do you think people are allowed to hold guns? While that, like, I remember saying, like, it's never gonna come up. I think, like, using that justification of the Second Amendment is stupid. Right? Having a private militia is a stupid reason to have the Second Amendment. And then suddenly, fucking Second Amendment Joe and John are the reasons why we should have a Second Amendment. Like, holy shit. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Like, we are, like... oh, man. It's so hard to say, like, how long until, like, we just, like... How long until, like, the states do something? How long until the states have to do something? Because, like, these, like, at what point are we, like, the states' rights are being infringed upon? And something needs to, like, because, like, this is so fucking crazy, dude. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. If there is nothing done to the people who have allowed this administration to perpetrate, then I think this country is fucked, and I'm not kidding. I think the more that Donald Trump does badly, the less I think of Republicans. Like, the more I think, like, you are just, like, you don't care about, you are all unpatriotic, undemocratic fucks who all need to be fucking locked in an insane asylum. You are all, like, horrible, horrible, horrible people who do not love America at all. And that's a bad thing. It's not a good thing to say because it is, like, inherently divisive. It is incredibly divisive. But again, like I've said, like, You know, like I didn't start the division. I was not the cause of the fucking virus. Just because I got infected doesn't mean I'm to blame. Okay? I don't know, man. Because, like, again, like, Trump can't be stopped because the courts won't stop him. Like, if the courts can't stop him, then at what point do we just have to say, like, yeah, like, if somebody domes an ICE agent, you know, am I supposed to fucking cry? I don't know, man. That, like, the fact that I even say that is such a fucking, like, it should be, like, the fact that I could even say something like that is so crazy. And then, like, I could say it and not feel, like, immediately, like, disgusted. No, it's gonna happen? No, yeah, but it's like, oh, man. Oh, man. Because if it happens, then it just gets worse. It's not like it's not like an ICE agent gets shot, like somebody kills an ICE agent, and then they're like, man, maybe we did go too far. It just gets worse. There's no winning. There's no winning with these people, dude. There's no winning with Republicans. You can't win, dude. You cannot win. You cannot win. Civil war is not the worst option. Civil war, I have to keep telling myself, civil war is not the worst option. If there's a civil war, that is not the bad ending. Civil war is not the bad ending. Okay? But it feels like it's... What's the worst option? The worst option is the destruction of the Democratic Party and the complete takeover by MAGA and Republicans. That is the worst option. The worst option is letting the South win. And I say that, like, ironically a little bit, but I say that a lot unironically. The worst option is letting the South take over, letting them win. It's better to fight. I would rather fucking, and I'm gonna say this, I would rather like die. I would rather like leave the country or like die fighting to save it than allow like Donald Trump or the people who are like Donald Trump who will continue to do things like Donald Trump to continue to rule the government. If there's an election and they steal it and they are successful at stealing it, then I think it all comes to a head. Like the moment that Trump is out of office, I think that is when the test will come of can this country exist as it is, or does there need to be some kind of like a reckoning, some kind of a violent reckoning? Man, this feels like totally fucked to say this right now, but it's like if that entire cult of people find some way to hold on to government, they find some way, like not only like if they lost the election, but they stay in office, and they like if they steal the election, essentially, that is like entire justification to fucking coup the government, and they would have my fucking blessing if that shit happened. If there's evidence and it comes out and it's like, yeah, they fucking stole that shit, it was completely stolen, completely fraudulent election, then there needs to be a coup. There needs to be violence, because that is the only solution. Generally cooked if that shit happens. I think that if an election actually got stolen and it like there was evidence that came out that like an election got stolen, because like I feel like I'm talking like a MAGA person right now, but I'm saying like, again, like this is all couched in the justification, like there is evidence for this shit, right? If like, let's say like the Republicans win the next election, but it comes out like it was all completely valid, they won the election fair and square, like I would fucking hate it, and I would hate my fucking life, and I would want to die, but it would not be justification to fucking have a violent revolution. If there is evidence that comes out and is clear and it's obvious, and the courts say like, hey, you guys stole this shit, and then nothing happens, then you fucking violent revolution. Time. It's time, boys. I'm ending stream. I end stream. Cheapo3 takes a plane trip to Washington, D.C. I walk outside and I protest. I become January 6th. Sheep gorilla stream, dude, imagine? I mean, honestly. She would be kind of goated content, no? Oh man, the fact that I'm even like talking about this in this way is so crazy to me. The fact that I could even think this way is like so unimaginable. Like take me, sheep, talking to sheep from like 3 years ago. Tell sheep from 3 years ago that this is how she would be talking. The erosion of democracy. This shit and fights back. I mean, it's just like the problem is like the problem right now is that the line is being towed so hard that it's hard to justify, right? Because it's like again like the whole thing with like that the first ICE killing, when ICE killed that lady, it's like it was bad. It's obviously bad. But it's just on the line. Like, it's got enough of a toe on the line that you could justify it. And that's the problem. When there exists a tiny justification that you could hang on to, then it becomes so much harder to justify the most extreme option. It becomes hard to justify the most extreme course of action. When I talk about like this is the most extreme course of action. Violently coupping the government, this is the most extreme course of action. And the only way that you can justify that shit is if, like, there is no other option. There's no other option. And the problem is, right now, there's just, like, there are other options. Or at least there's, like, in our heads, there are other options that might happen. Right? There's still, you know, the election or whatever. Maybe the Democrats will stop being, like, useless. Honestly, what we should do is we should coup the fucking heads of the Democratic Party. That's what we should really do. Because they are all useless fucks. Shout out Zoran Mamdani. Tim Walz sent out a letter. Bro, what is... okay, I hate the kind of shit talk that Tim Walz is getting. Respectfully. For as much as people shit talk like Tim Walz, like, what the fuck is he supposed to do? What is Tim Walz supposed to do? Like, say... like, he's doing... like, all he can do is, like, go on TV and say, "Stop it, Donald Trump, please." Like, he's got no military. He can't, like, say, like, "ICE, get out," or, like... 7 of 10 toes? Like, what is that supposed to accomplish, though? That's the problem. It's like, if I'm in Tim Walz's position, I'm thinking I need to help my people as much as possible. Like, what am I supposed to fight against Donald Trump? Like, we know what happens when you fight against Donald Trump. Donald Trump will go fucking 10 times harder on you. And that's all gonna come down on the people. That's all gonna, like, who feels that? Who feels the impact of you going 10 toes down? The fucking people do. More people die. More people get killed unjustifiably. A letter? There's nothing else he can, like, what else he's supposed to do? Kick ICE out? How? With what power? With what military? With what authority? The courts are already fucking compromised. Or at least the courts in this issue, they're too slow. They are not acting fast enough. The courts are not acting fast enough to deal with this issue. Like, sure, you can bring in a lawsuit 2 years down the line, you finally get it solved. Like, what the fuck is that gonna do? We all know how Donald Trump operates. He wants the glory. He's doing all this shit for the glitz and the glamour. Why do you think that he only used the National Guard to take over like 2 cities for like 2 weeks to like stop crime? No, he did that shit because he wanted to feel powerful. All right? Like, what the fuck are we supposed to do if you're Tim Walz, if you're trying to actually help people now? Because you know, like, this shit is going to end, like, the moment Donald Trump gets bored. The moment Donald Trump is no longer interested in whatever this is, it's going to stop. It's going to go away. And they know that, and we know that, and everybody knows that. So if Tim Walz continues to, I think, like, is Tim Walz supposed to lay down like a dog and hope Donald Trump gets bored? Hope the big bully goes away, or fight back against the bully? And then what? It's like I'm a kid who's getting bullied, and everybody says, "Oh, you should fight back against the bully." Well, I would like to fight back against the bully, but I have no arms. I'm getting bullied by a kid with 2 arms, and I have 0, and I'm walking around like a fucking stick figure, and I can't fight back. If I say, "Yeah, fuck you," then I get punched harder, right? What am I supposed to do, dude? Do you understand how the example that I am painting feels hopeless? For, you know, Tim Walz, who is the kid getting bullied with no arms? What if Vance wins 28 and Palantir is taking over TikTok? That's real. That's actually the... That will be the promised land. That will be the promised land. We finally made it, boys. My shit been laggy. I don't know. I was always kind of like weird about the TikTok selling out thing. As much as I hate China, and I do hate China, the fact that we are forcing TikTok to sell, like, that felt like super, like, I don't know. That felt weird. I felt like a super huge overreach of what we should be doing as a government. Competition is a good thing. And TikTok is, you know, competing with other social media. I mean, like, look at, like, I would argue that other social media has gotten better because TikTok existed. Other social media is better now. Or at least more socially media-y. Because TikTok forced them to, you know, compete. It was a competition. Now they gotta fight with, you know, the big dogs. Big dog. Created Reels? Yeah. I think has Instagram Reels been a net positive for society? Has YouTube Shorts been a net positive for society? Again, like, you know, versus TikTok. I don't know, man. They have to fight the new culture, man. Competition is a good thing. It only benefits generally, competition benefits the consumer. When you've got a bunch of companies fighting to make the best product to get the consumers, it generally goes pretty good. Generally goes pretty good. Should we import Chinese EVs? I've talked about this. 100% yes. Yes. The fact that we don't allow Chinese EVs to be sold here is, you know, the reason why American electric cars suck so much dick and balls, and the reason why they're so damn expensive. Now, there are also problems with importing Chinese EVs because they can create them for cheaper because they don't care about paying. It's so much easier to like import shit for cheap when you don't care about human rights. But, you know, it's hard to imagine that the technological innovation would not be great for American companies. Why do you think nothing gets produced in America? It's because we pay our workers. Which is a good thing for us. But a bad thing if you want to be a manufacturing capital in the world, which somehow Donald Trump thinks that we can be a manufacturing capital, or we're going to bring back manufacturing. That's a terrible idea. Nobody wants that shit. Hey, MJ, they brought back manufacturing. Do you want to go work in the factory? What? No. Everybody wants to bring back manufacturing until they have to work in the fucking factory, dude. That shit sucks. That's the new secret. That's the new thing that everybody's been talking about. All right? Actually, the trades suck. Being a plumber, being an electrician, being a carpenter, that shit actually blows. That was the bait. That was the bait. These physical jobs, they pay so much money. They're so great. Cap. I lied. Sheepo3 fell for the bait. Actually, sitting at a desk and typing on a computer is better. And it makes you happier. Be a lazy little worker drone. Be a little slave to the capitalist corporation. Carve out your own little slice of reality and happiness. Concern yourself less with the goings-on of the world. And just fucking watch TikToks while procrastinating your job. The more you procrastinate at work, the happier you will be. Fact. Sheepo3 approved. Do less work. That's right. I am the reason why AI will replace us all. I am the reason. Mwahaha. Ha ha ha. Here's the actual dream. Here's what we should do. What we should do is we should let AI take over everything. We should make all the jobs go to AI. And then all the companies that are super rich, they should be taxed to hell. They should have like 80% fucking tax rate. And then the government should redistribute all that fund in a universal basic income. So now nobody has to work, but they're still getting paid. And so then we can all gamble. And then we all put our money down on Kalshi. And that's the end of it. And that's the ideal society. Less work and everybody gets to sports gamble more. And Kalshi becomes the #1 company in the world. There it is, boys. That's the dream society, believe it or not. Super hell. Yeah, the problem with that is that I think that people need work to be normal, I think. People need a job to be not shit and to not like want to die. I need to stop. I don't want to talk about myself in relation to this because I feel like if I talk about myself in relation to this, I'm gonna be like, I would love to not have a job so much because I have so many ideas and so much things that I want to do. So much, like, I have so many ideas and things I want to make and create and do that not having a job would be a dream because I'd have all the time in the world to do all the things that I want to make. But the problem is that if I apply that to everybody, not everybody has like the same kind of like crazy creative ambitions that I do. All right. And so sometimes I worry that, you know, you get insane people that don't have like work to kind of like bring order to their lives. And suddenly, like, I naturally bring order to my own life. All right. Even when I didn't have a job, I would bring order to my own life because that's just kind of the person I am. But if you're not a person that naturally brings order to your life, then I think that you kind of just get fucked over by not having a job. And again, the problem that I have with this is that it makes it sounds like I am the better. I'm just so much better than you are. It's not like that. Okay. I'm trying not to make it sound like that, but no, what? Fuck. Sorry. I hate this game. Damn, I've been yapping so much, I forgot to do late game runs. I've just been running it down for like for like 2 hours. What a demon. I do need to do late game runs. It must happen. Psst, 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 psst. There's a blocky hockey game going on, or there was. Why the fuck is JBHL being streamed on the BSN account? I'm going to ask them if they're going to let me stream to the TikTok account because I've been setting up my streaming stuff for Blocky Hockey and I can duo stream. I installed a plugin that allows me to stream to 2 platforms at once. I'm going to ask if they're going to let me do it. I think they should. I could stream every Saturday. Stream it to TikTok. It'd be great. We get super viewers on TikTok. I say we as if I'm benefiting from this at all. Sorry, I'm just thinking I need to reset my little plugin thing. I'm tripping. I've talked so much, I've talked myself out. Now I am a husk of a man. What am I anymore? A being. Labor. God, I want to be an Omega with an alpha that does all the work for me. I want to engage in traditional gender roles, except I am the woman. Then I would have so much more time to do shit that I actually wanted to do instead of having to go to work every day. Traditional gender roles are good because I like them. Specifically because it gives me more time, not because I like, you know, being subservient, but because it gives me more time to do the shit I want to do. I promise I'd be such a good house husband, I swear. I'd like make you fucking like sourdough and shit. I'd make you, I don't know, I'd like ferment shit, I don't know. I'd make you the bestest, most delicious meals every day. I swear to God I would. I'd wear an apron and no pants. I'd do all that shit. I'd oil up and wrap myself up with a bow and place myself under the Christmas tree like everybody says they want on Twitter. I will do that. And just let me make just let me make movies in Minecraft. That's all I ask. Let me make cool compilation videos. That's all I ask. Let me write a fucking story about bullshit that nobody ever reads. That's all I ask. Is it so much? Is it so much to ask? I'm gonna beg my wife for her credit card so I can go out and buy like a $5,000 camera so I can take pictures with it and show them to her. Like, look at what I made. We can put it up on the fridge. Fuck it, I'll learn how to draw. Let's do that. Sheepo3 learns how to draw. That'd be an interesting arc. Sheepo3 learns how to be an artist. I mean, I'd be raw dogging it from the start. At least when PewDiePie did it, he already had a background in art. I'd be raw dogging it. It's gonna go into the I love my nerd compilations. Yes, I will. That is me. That is me. I will be your little I'll be your little fucking nerdy boy. All right. How big are the glasses do you want? How big are the glasses you want me to wear? You want me to wear the big fucking Harry Potter glasses? We can do that, bro. I swear to God. I'll make it happen. You want me to pull up my glasses right now? I'll make myself more appealing. Where did I put my glasses? Oh man. Uh-oh. Have I lost my glasses? Oh shit, this could actually be bad. I might have lost my glasses. This could be bad. Those are fucking prescribed. Yeah, no, we found him. We found him. They were hiding. I knew they belong somewhere. I haven't worn these in forever. Oh, they still make things sharper too. They still work. They're just uncomfortable because I'm not used to having stuff on the bridge of my nose like this, so. I'm just not uncomfortable for the way they change my vision. Are things blurrier? Ooh. My vision might have changed a little bit. Uh-oh. I think my eyes are getting worse. Boys, I think I gotta go to the eye doctor. Uh-oh. Either I'm not used to the glasses or they do make my vision a little bit blurrier. To be fair, they're only supposed to be used for like long distances. They're not supposed to be used for like short distances like these. These are specifically designed for seeing a distance. Speaking of glasses, I need to order a picture frame. I'm trying to hang up a picture on my wall. I'm trying to make my house a home. And if I hang up a picture on my wall, then it's like, I don't know. It makes it seem like I have furniture in my house. And I'm not living in like fucking slop and squalor. No! Fuck. Damn it, what an awful time jump there. Fuck! That is all, ladies and gentlemen. 15 minutes, like less than 15 minutes left. Thank you for coming to the Sheepo 3 therapy session. I think we got pretty far today. Take those glasses off, dork. Fuck you. Do they not look good? Do my glasses not look good? Do I look like a fucking nerd? They're cute, bro. There's at least one woman that thinks I am like 10x hotter because I have the glasses on, okay? There's at least one woman that's like, he's hotter when he wears his glasses, okay? There's at least one. Attention. I am attention starved. Fuck you. It's not even that I'm attention starved. It's that I'm, you know, meaningful relationship starved, okay? That's what I'm really starved of. I gotta join a club. What club should I join? Should I join like a recreational sports team? Maybe there's like a... Should I go play pickup basketball? Oh no, I'd be so awful. I'd hate that. I would hate playing pickup basketball. Never mind, I shouldn't do that. I would hate pickup basketball. Join an esports club? I mean, that kind of is blocky hockey. Low key. I want to play blocky hockey again. Have I told you about this? I want to slow down on playing Red Ball, and I want to play another season of blocky hockey. I've been itching for some competition. Toxic relationship? Maybe it is just like because so many people have gassed me. And that is true to a certain extent. There's a lot of people who have, you know, gassed like, oh, Sheep, you were such a talented goalie. I want to like come back. I want to like prove that I could, like, if I had come back, I would have been great, man. I want that shit, bro. Do I hit that? Oh, just barely. Yay! Fuck. Maybe I should look up clubs in my local area, because that's how you meet people, right? That's how you get friends. Work, I've already decided, is not the place to meet people. I have one relationship with one person at work. One person that like I like. That's all. Let's see. Damn, everybody's talking about nightclubs. What happened to your online friends, little bro? I'm a bum, dude. I've always been a bum. I just like streaming too much. The problem is all my hobbies are kind of relying around me staying the fuck inside, which is not a good thing if you want to meet people. Making friends, like my hobbies are just not like, you know, conducive towards like. I should join a film. Oh man, I should join like a film thing. Maybe that's my in. Do some fucking shitty like film, but I just don't have a car. Fuck. I do need a vehicle if I'm gonna be like a film guy. Or be like work on film sets. Because like film people, they move around so much, you kind of need a car if you want to transport shit. Media literature. I like to have people who I like to have conversations who out media literacy me, bro. Because then I can like have an honest discussion. I like, you know, it's fun to talk to people who actually have like strong opinions about shit. Haven't I expressed this before? Like, I like when people have strong opinions about shit and they're willing to share them. That's fun for me. Because then I can have like an opinion. They're like, I think you're fucking stupid and wrong. I'm like, really? You do? Do you? Do you think I'm stupid and wrong? Please. I get so excited when somebody's like willing to like, when I share like a strong opinion about something and somebody's willing to tell me, yeah, I think you're fucking stupid and wrong. That's like, that shit is so sick to me, dude. Oh my god, I get so excited. Tell me about how stupid and wrong I am. I want to hear it. Tell me all about it. Even watched a Scorsese movie? No, I haven't. That's the best part. Don't you understand? That's the best part. Because the secret is, I'm not media literate like these fucking film chuds are. So I can say some dumbass shit. I'm gonna go watch Iron Lung in theaters. Okay. Apparently it's being shown at my local movie theater. Fucking Iron Lung. Should I go see it? Should I go see Iron Lung by Markiplier? By Jonathan Iplier? Another afternoon expedition for the Sheepster? It could be so. I mean, I watched the Minecraft movie by my lonesome. What's stopping me from going to watch Mr. Lung? Speaking of Mr. Lung, I need to like I need to make some reservations. I haven't gotten a train ticket yet for when I have to go back home, and I haven't gotten a reservation for when my parents come to go see the sport game. Sport game! We shall watch the sport game. The Kings will lose painfully, and it will be enjoyable. Shout out to the Kings. They will lose. They suck. Fuck the Kings. They suck anyway. Who cares? This place blows. I'm out. Bam, camera. Hello, everybody. This is me with glasses on. They're calling it the game. Many have said so. Let me actually check NBA standings. I hear the Warriors are in a little bit of trouble. They're 26 and 22. They are mid. How are the Trailblazers good? How are the Trailblazers in 9th? Does the entire Western Conference suck? Mavericks are ass. Grizzlies, Jazz, Kings, Pelicans. How are the Suns 27 and 16? What the hell? Wait, who do the Suns have on their team? I mean, the moment they dumped KD, damn, the moment they dumped KD, they got good. Holy shit, KD's a fucking curse. That guy is a fucking bum. The fact that KD ever got compared to LeBron and Steph is a travesty. They're calling it the worst year in basketball ever. Just because the Lakers are bad doesn't mean... I mean, we get to watch Wembanyama go crazy. This is the breakout year of Wemby, is it not? Pistons. The Pistons? What? The Pistons? That doesn't make sense. I thought that the Pistons were like the worst team like last year. Cade Cunningham is their leading guy? This motherfucker? Man, why does nobody dude, maybe it's just me, but I feel like the Eastern Conference is just deeply unpopular compared to the Western Conference. Maybe it's just because I live on the West, but man, I do not give a shit about any of these Eastern Conference teams. Not a singular one. All I care about is like the West Conference and hating the Celtics. God, I'm such a slave to narratives when it comes to basketball. Speaking of narratives, you think there's a Sharks game on tonight? There is. It's on right now. The Sharks are already up 3-1 in the end of the first. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get out of here. I'm yapping for no reason. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. I've got to get out of here. Peace. I will talk to you on Thursday where we will be playing more Red Ball. It'll be a great time. And then on Saturday, we're getting high. Should I take 15 milligrams or 10 milligrams? You get to decide. Peace. Bye.